Okay, let's be 100% honest, all right? Sex matters in relationships, okay? The kind of sex you having, the frequency of it. I'm pretty sure that everybody here is grown, all right? Or has had sex before. My whole thing is we can't act like it's not a big deal. All right, it is. And a lot of times the sex, the amount of sex, the kind of sex that you're having just depends on the person that you're with. So if it's a casual hookup or whatever, a lot of times people are not going to go all out, okay? They're not going down on each other. They're not trying all these different positions or whatever, unless they just want to have a one night stand and do everything, which I seriously doubt. There's certain things that you're not going to be comfortable doing with someone you just met, all right? Let's just keep it 100% honest. And then we have a little bit more uh, getting to know somebody, like more of like a friends with benefits, okay? The sex gets a little bit riskier or whatever. You may or may not wear a condom, things like that. A lot of times women will still take their birth control, whatever, because they don't want to get pregnant knowing that this isn't a serious relationship. And then you have your baby daddy, baby mama, your too comfortable sex, okay? Your husband, wife sex a lot of times. Where is okay, so there's another level. There's a soul tie level, sex or whatever, but you get real comfortable with this person. It's like you're willing to try things that you never thought that you would, okay? Or you willing to just leave your body open or whatever, and therefore women leave your womb open. Okay, a lot of guys have gotten caught up in this and gotten somebody pregnant, and that's why you see and hear a lot of the complaining or whatever about child support, because they had just gotten too comfortable and they let go in there, and then now it's a baby. So okay, I'm just saying this is what y'all came here for, so now I could talk a little bit freer. But then there's that soul tie, that wifely husband union bonding. We go through everything together. We're not gonna part. I'm glad that God put us together, kind of love making or whatever. And that's when you just really like, I mean, you still want to take your birth control, whatever y'all decide or whatever, but it's a different level. I know y'all get what I'm saying, okay? So in movies or whatever, anywhere you go, the type of sex does depend, is part of the story. Okay, when I watch a movie, especially if it's going to be a good movie, I'm waiting for the sex scene, because the sex scene tells a lot about the characters, how they feel about each other. All right, and so I meet a lot of guys, like I said before, that are in sexless relationships, and so they say or whatever. We all know that guys lie or whatever to try to manipulate and get what they want. But then there's a lot of women that I meet too that aren't having sex, at least not having the good quality sex that they want. So a lot of guys will complain that they're not getting the frequency that they want, while the women will complain they're not getting the quality. And let me just explain this, okay? This is just, most people know this, but how you feel about somebody does come out in the bedroom. Okay, if you have a problem with somebody, you're not gonna want to back it up and do all those twisting things or whatever, play naked twister in the bedroom. You're not gonna be feeling them, all right? I know some guys are just plain flat out, depending on how mad somebody is, they can't even get horny. All right, it's very seldom when I was with my ex that we were so mad that we couldn't perform on each other or whatever. But if he really made me mad, or if I really felt slighted, if I was really hurt, if I was really pissed off, some people can go and have that animalistic sex, but then others, it's just like, I don't even want to be bothered, you know? And when you have sex with somebody or making love or whatever you want to call it, how you really feel about them at that moment comes out. Okay, sometimes you'll have that angry sex where it's like, he's trying to punish you or whatever for what. I'm just going to be honest with you, y'all. This is what y'all came here for. Almost like he's trying to punish you, like he's taking his anger out on that booty, okay? And then there's also going to be times where it's going to be slow and, methodic and, melodic and romantic and engaging, just kind of like people perform on you the way they feel about you. All right, now if you're just something to do, they're not really caring about if you come or anything. They're just gonna bang you out until they get theirs. All right, they're not caring if you hurt or whatever. They just want to do what they want to do. If somebody is really, being gentle with you or whatever, a lot of times they just don't want to hurt you, and they're not sure of how you're going to take it, so they can't really turn up on you. But then once people get really comfortable, a lot of times it's a combination, okay? So I'm just telling you, sex is part of a relationship. Let's be honest with you. And I know that for me, I had to just get out of any relationship or whatever to work on me, because I had a lot of things going on to where I was like, all right, I'm accepting a lot of stuff that I normally wouldn't. All right. I think good sex buys people a few more years in a relationship. Let's be honest. Because you're used to this person. They know your body. You know their body. And you just don't feel comfortable with doing anything else, with somebody else outside a relationship. So if you find yourself taking way too much or whatever, and things aren't the way that you want them to be, I would definitely recommend anybody to go celibate or abstinent for a while, because now you're able to see things differently. Okay, a lot of times the sex does prolong the relationship, but it's not enough to keep a relationship going, if that makes any sense. All right, so hey, I just want to say that real quick. I could get into it a little bit deeper, but I think I've said enough. You guys get the point. All right, so hey, take care.